Let's see, Krono. See if you're really capable of paying the ultimate price. What's up, guys? That guy with a... No! He's off the pencil! That guy with the pencil here. With that, I do it too. Have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Another fun fact. Here we are to do a breakdown of you an analysis of chapter 69. The 69th hunt of Ichithewitch, which is known as Star of Light. And I am excited. My toes are curled. Just. Okay, they're all the way curled. Here! Come on, yeah. It's peak sheet every week sheet. Come on, you know I got a pre-draw for it. You know I'm excited, so I'm not wasting more time. So let's hop right in. Though a lot of y'all think Krono's cooked. I mean, like, I get... Unironically, though, like, as I saw the poll results, I was like, jeez, y'all really deep-fried Krono like this? But I think very specifically, I didn't see it in the comments. But I did, like, looking at it, I think I started to think about it narratively, and I guess Krono is too powerful to have around, and you can kind of get baby Krono in the baby. And, like, it would be a crazy twist to flip it, right? Because the whole initial strategy of Minerva and Krono is that Krono was going to outlive Minerva, but at least she'd have the child, or he'd have the child to remember her by. But now it's vice versa. If Krono dies, but Minerva lives and has the baby, then she has the baby to remember Krono by. Like, it could be, like that is an interesting flip of the tragedy, and obviously Krono is, even still, while heavily nerfed by his baby, still clearly way too powerful to exist, even as, like, a hypothetical third party to our main cast. So, like, where before I was like, there's no way Osamu Sensei would do that. For narrative balancing, I mean, it could happen. It could happen. So, I'm excited. Let's see. What is bro hitting? Hold on. Yeah! Is it right on top? Right? Yeah, I think it's right on top. Let's talk about it. Yo, why is bro hitting that thing? Why bro hitting that thing? All right. Rewind. So that's still crazy though. He's doing this from hundreds of, or over 100 miles away. That's wild. Interesting though that the more he uses his power, the fluffier he becomes. Like, I wonder, that actually does raise an interesting point, considering we've seen all the highest level magics have, like, at least some humanoid features, right? Like, for each of the 7 stars, Kizashi, despite being the Octobomb magic, is very humanoid, right? Like, obviously, he still has 8 legs, but he has an upper humanoid torso. Obviously, Hitsugi has this human form that he takes on, but also, even as the Leo Campus, he has a human face. For the World Hater, that thing's just literally darn near 100% human, except for the goat feet. Then, for Bakugami, that's... like, initially, it started out as purely bestial, but as it grew in power, it became more humanoid. Like, sure, it still had the tapir aspects of, like, the hands and the ears and even the coloration, but outside of that, it did become more humanoid. But as Krono uses more and more of his power and possibly risks his life, he's becoming more bestial, which is kind of, like, backwards from what I thought. I was thinking, like, the more powerful magic is, the closer it gets to humanity. But then again, to be fair, we haven't seen Hitsugi's Leo Campus form in battle yet, so that's presumably also his strongest form. So maybe it's the opposite. Maybe the more bestial magic returns to the more powerful they become. In fact, now that I think about it, that may make more sense, because even Bakugami's, like, quote-unquote combat-ready form that Deathgrass had to take care of during the Bakugami arc was specifically the large, raging tapir that it was sleeping inside, or hiding inside. So, I guess it does make sense. The more power that they use, the more bestial they become. I wonder, in this case, though, with the idea of that being established, I do wonder, when the World Hater, years from now, I don't think it's happening anytime soon, Ichi, is doing really, really well, which I'm very, very happy for. So, years from now, when we see the World Hater in action, whether it is for the final battle, or, like, if my ideas of we're gonna end up fighting some sort of deity being true, in a later fight, after a final-ish battle, like a penultimate battle, I wonder if the World Hater is going to gain more goat-like features. Like, will their eyes dilate to have, like, the long slits that a goat does? Will their face elongate? Will they grow horns from their head? Like, I'm very interested to see how that goes, considering this is another epic tier magic. And obviously, Uro himself just doesn't have a human form. Like, when he manifested Ichi as a human form, but, like, notably Uro, despite being another epic class tier magic and extremely powerful and king of all magics, well, not all magics, but king of magics, he has very minimal, if any, humanoid features at all. He's very bestial. Let's see. What? Why? What are you doing? I don't get what you're trying to do. You're already worn out from that long distance pause a minute ago. Now a long distance rewind too? Why, Krono? Why won't you love me? Because you're a bad person, because you're a bad man. You're a very bad man doing very bad man thing. Honestly, I'll be completely real with you. If Kizashi was at least, like, okay, he's very not chill. So, like, if he was, like, 80% more chill, 80%, not even 100, 80% more chill, I promise you, Krono will be perfectly cool hanging out with him. Like, as Krono's already admitted, dude, it actually was kind of fun, like throwing hands with you, even if I wasn't brutalizing you the entire. So, like, if he was just chill with the baby and Minerva, and maybe stopped attacking, well, maybe not even, let's say he didn't stop attacking humans in general. If he just stopped trying to slaughter Minerva, I bet Krono would be like, well, shoot, I still don't really like you that much, but fine, we can hang out. But no, Hisashi, you have to be a bad person, and that's why he's doing this. I was like, why do it when you know it's meaningless? Oh. Well, I guess, yeah, even if he rewinds the event, technically, unless there is another, like, there needs to be a new interference, right? Like, something needs to change. So I do, like, and, like, a big thing that's been consistent in the arc so far is that Ichi hasn't been a part of it, right? Like, he had his big moment early on. We got Ichi Uro, or Uroichi. Uroichi, I think is what, like, the fandom's calling it now, Uroichi. But we got Uroichi, but that's it. He hasn't really been a part. So maybe he's, like, rewinding the event itself, but then a smaller event in that event is, like, accelerating Ichi's time so he can wake up and help. Because otherwise, technically, he's right. Like, for all intents and purposes, rewinding that event will do nothing. Oh, well, no, that's actually not true. That's not true. If he because we know this. He mentioned it last chapter, in fact. If he rewinds the event, but keeps the memories of all those involved, Gokuraku can annihilate Pooh. Right? Like, that's the thing. Gokuraku can annihilate Pooh before he manifests to his full size, and Pooh does only have one life. If they actually did know about Pooh and focused him down quickly, presumably he actually would have just died. This ultimate form of Pooh, which is capable of wiping everybody, wouldn't be able to do that. So technically, with what Krono's established abilities are, the ability to rewind an event, yet maintain the memories of that rewind. Actually, I see a vision. Let's see. When you know it's meaningless. Yeah, you can rewind time as much as you want, but that doesn't change what's going to happen. The same thing will play out all over again. This is just pointless stalling. You're dragging things out for no reason. Why burn yourself out just for that? I mean, like, okay. Hisashi. Buddy, I think you're like the last person this side of creation that can say, why are you doing something that's meaningless? Why are you doing something that's going to play out over and over again? Dude, you do that all the time. You just destroy both, you attack you. You don't do anything. Kizashi. You don't do anything different. You're the same guy. Kizashi. I'm like, this is the pot calling the kettle black. This is the pot calling the kettle black. Well, it's darker than the pot. But let's see. Oh, no. Well, it's darker than the kettle. Let's see. Why burn yourself out like that? Oh, yeah. He really is fully fluffing up. He's turning more and more owl. Or not owl. Bird. There's a meme, there's like a sound from a specific Deltarune video, from a specific Deltarune content creator that I really, really like. And I keep rewatching their Goner video. And like, a big point in that video is like the weird Goner NPC that's like in Deltarune now that wasn't in original Undertale. And it goes something like, Birdo! Bum, bum, bum. And I could rip that clip. I'm afraid. Let's see. Why burn yourself out just for that? Stop! Just stop, Krono! You know that, but like I don't know. I can't as much as part of me wants to be like, man, I feel bad for Kizashi. I can't. Like, I can't be a Kizashi. He's a bad person. He's a like Kizashi. Like, you're a bad person, dude. Like, I can't feel bad. I can't, like, and notably, I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to feel bad for Hisashi, but I think a deep-seated part of me wants to gaslight myself into feeling bad for him. But no, I'm not. Let's see. What? He is. He's smiling? Huh? What's wrong? What's wrong? I thought it was pointless. What's wrong? I thought it was pointless. Let's see. Wait a sec. That hand sign. It just hit me that Krono uses hand signs. Jutsu? Let's see. Ah, there it is. Okay, so look at your boy. Look at you. These chapters just dropped like 2 hours ago. I just got back from the gym and getting a haircut. Let's see. Krono Weaver, can you wake up Ichi now? The boy. Yeah, my prophecies are absolute. Wait, hold on. Krono Weaver, can you wake up Ichi now? It's so weird seeing her without the ID. Why does she not have... are the ID details only active when she's using the powers? I never noticed that. For some reason, I always thought she had the plus in the teardrop. I never noticed that she had regular eyes sometimes. This just looks like Jiki Shirone. Well, to be fair, the hair is probably still pink. Well, then again, I'm not sure if Jiki Shirone... Have you seen Jiki Shirone's regular color palette? If she does have a regular color palette, I don't actually know. Let's see. The boy? Yeah, my prophecies are absolute. Wrenching the... But see, that's... two things can't be true. Two things can't be true. I mean, I guess in a way she's right. But she's wrong. like that's the only thing. I feel like, honestly, this is one of those cases where I feel like the author's waving their fingers in front of me and saying one thing, but like also waving their other fingers in front of me. Like, they're doing this. Note how my hand that's closer to the camera is going right and wiggling its fingers, but my hand farther from the camera is going left, also wiggling my fingers. Every time Jiki Shirone or Sammy says their prophecies are absolute, I'm sitting here like, this is Osamu Nishi Sensei speaking to the character, being like, yeah, they're absolute. But the narrative itself has just proven that so many times, like, even literally as recently as the past 3 chapters, like, they aren't actually absolute. You can subvert them. Or else, you'd be boomed. Like, the whole point of you pulling prophecies was to avert the future, right? And also once again, the biggest thing I'll always point back to Sammy's prophecies not being correct and not being absolute, even when they don't have a binary clause in them, is the initial appearance of the World Hater in the manga. That just didn't happen. That prophecy was averted by them appearing there and taking care of it. Deskros and Ichi and all them being there. Like, that's not, like, your prophecy's clearly not absolute. Was it? Wrenching them over onto another course always requires willpower, good luck, and okay. I should have just kept reading. I need to stop that. You know what? I need to institute a rule for myself. I need to just read a full page before I stop. Because there we go. So she even, like, that is a direct contradiction. That's like saying, hi, I'm wearing 4 bracelets, but actually I'm wearing 3. Because to say my prophecies are absolute, then going into wrenching them over onto another course requires willpower, good luck, and numbers. Sometimes all it takes is one action by one person to change fate. But see, that's the thing. Your prophecies aren't absolute then. Don't say that. But we'll go with that. Sometimes all it takes is one action by one person to change fate. The more humans there are who decide to change my prophecy by trying to find that action, the better. Okay. So fate is fucked. All right. So I don't even forget the waving your fingers out. It's just not even like, it's just fate is flexible. That's fine. I honestly prefer that. As much as I don't mind hardline prophecies that are vague, like I mentioned, the Percy Jackson prophecies, I'm cool with. Even realistically, the prophecies from God of High School, the main, like, overarching prophecy, I'm actually cool with in God of High School. What was the other example I gave in the triple review? There's another example I'm forgetting. But, like, anytime the prophecy's vague, or no, Bartra's prophecies from Seven Deadly Sins, the original series, and even in Four Nights, like, those prophecies I'm always fine with. But especially these, I'm purely down with the flexible fate, because that just feels more realistic. Like, if anything, I feel like Jiki Shirone isn't even the prophecy magic, they're the prediction magic at this point. Let's see. Trying to find that action, the better. Okay, but we are still giving Ichi a role in this arc. Let's see. Can you fast forward Ichi's time to wake him up? Fast forwarding time? You can do that? Well, I mean, he had fundamental control over time. I wouldn't be shocked. Let's see. Yes. Oh. both Gogoro and Gogoro, you're like, for real? Let's see. Yes. But all that I can fast forward is his body's time. I can't guarantee that he'll mentally recover or regain his energy as quickly. If possible, I'd rather conserve my energy for my inevitable clash with Kizashi. Okay, yeah. That's understandable. Like, and ultimately, as useful as it would have been to have Ichi there, I think it is another complicated factor, because I don't think, like, at this point, Ichi doesn't have freeform flight yet. He does seem to have some form of flight when he's in, like, Uroichi form, but even then, is that true? Well, to be fair, I remember him flying against the World Hater, specifically when he used the Uro amp. But, like, base Ichi does not have freeform flight yet. Unlike a Gokuraku, who at least has the hover shoes. And maybe he could, like, make those real quick for Ichi somehow. But, like, I don't, like, he needs the Comet still. And while he's proficient on the Comet, he's probably not proficient with fighting on the Comet. And, like Krono says, conserving his energy, however he conserves or gains or maintains it, it would be better for him to have more energy to spare for the battle with Kizashi. As Kizashi is clearly relative to Krono now or, like, if not relative, I'd say he's pretty relative. At least enough to, like, press Krono. While Krono's nerfed, at least. Nerfing him even more by taking too much energy is not really worth it. Let's see. Oh, that's grass, you're behind us. I just got knocked my kid away, bro. What is happening? Is she getting eaten alive by the zombies, bro? Please. Since I come back. Let's see. That's not happening this chapter, though, dog. We're going to wait so long before you see a Death Grass continuation, bro. Please. Let's see. I'm against it, too. Forcibly speeding up his recovery will likely put a ton of strain on him. Plus, for the 3 days he's out, he'll be inside his magic circle. We don't know what he's doing in there. Maybe he's reinforcing his command over his magic so he can stay in control. If we interrupt him by waking him up, he can't exert mastership properly. Who knows what'll happen? In the instant we pull him back to consciousness, that arrogant trash Uro could take advantage of Ichi's surprise to steal control of his body. I'm sorry, it always is. It's always hilarious when I see. As a person who literally, I don't know, a thing I've been saying a lot recently is deep fried and double battered. I don't know where. Well, to be fair, it's because I've been frying stuff more. Like I got a little outside stove because I don't like frying inside the house. It things up, especially when I love fish. Fish stinks, and I want the whole house to think of fish. So whenever I fry, I go outside and I put the stove up. So I like for the past week or so, I've been cooking a bunch of fish. So maybe that's why I have deep fried and double battered, because I make my own like coating for the fish. So technically. But I don't deep fry it. Like, I literally put a little bit of oil in there and I drop a piece in and I fry it. So it's not like deep fried, but I fry my fish. And technically it is double battered. not really double battered, but I've been saying that a whole lot. So seeing Deathgrass say, if that happens, we're cooked. Oh no, it tickles a part of the soul. Let's see. That fiend will make it all worse. That is a valid concern, though. I guess especially specifically with Uro willingly fusing himself with his magics, right? Like, ultimately, with Ichi giving Uro control in that moment, Uro was, and we even see it in that one panel from, what now feels like forever ago, like, 10 chapters ago, when Uro was at the end of the panel and he was standing over Kizashi, just flexing on him. He had all the magic surrounding him. They were all empowered by Uro. Uro was wielding their power completely. So it's possible that Ichi right now, in his magic circle, is beating the taste out of all of them, right? And we do specifically know that it is likely that whole taking over Ichi thing was a multi-layered thing. Not only just setting up the idea of packs and like giving Ichi a little taste of what he could hypothetically become, and obviously giving us a taste of what Ichi could hypothetically become when he finally masters Uro, becomes powerful enough of a witch to just use Uro as he should use him. But also, the one thing that Uro was specifically concerned about by the end of the Bakugami arc is the idea that Ichi was becoming a real master, right? Like, his immediate subduing of Bakugami with the threat of throwing him at the World Hater, and the terror that struck in all the magics, Origumo, Uruwashi, Inazuri, all of them were like, okay, big boss. Okay, big boss. You got it. Like, for that to be the case, I do understand I think Uro likely empowered all of them, was like, yeah, wait, we can do this. This is our body. And Ichi's probably currently like, what do you think you are? And probably beating the taste out of them. So I do get Deathgrass' concern. And in that moment, if he is in the middle of that and then he's suddenly jerked awake, yeah, it could be bad. But obviously they're taking the risk here because they have no other option. Even though I guess it is the question of, if you hit Pooh too early, does that still awaken Giga Pooh? Or could you destroy Mini Pooh, take that one life away while he's in a tiny form, and then Giga Pooh's destroyed, like he can't pop out? Like destroying a Pokemon before it evolves, essentially. I don't know. Let's see. That fiend will make it all the worse. If they go off on a rampage again, there's no guarantee we'll be able to stop them. Our situation is too tenuous to risk waking Ichi now. But, of course, now isn't worth it. Alright, let's see. That is very interesting, though. Technically they do have time, right, in this instance, but they don't have too much. I get that. Deathgrass, even if she could probably fight Ichi or Uruichi, and probably, like, I'm assuming at least stalemate, right? And I guess a big thing here, the one issue Deathgrass would have is that she can't do too much damage to Ichi's body, even with her healing abilities. Deathgrass likely fighting at full power and putting a full power Lazoo through Ichi's dome would just kill him. And then that would release Uro and all the magic. So, like, yeah, Uruichi is unironically a more difficult opponent for Deathgrass. Not necessarily in the sense that I don't think she could fight him, even on even grounds, but the idea that Uruichi has no reason to hold back and slaughter her, but she can't risk destroying Ichi for two reasons. Not only would that slaughter Ichi, free Uro, and all the magic, but that would instantly also kill Deathgrass. So yeah, ultimately, Uruichi is like a really, really bad thing. Let's see. But now, here we are. Oh, okay, this is Krono. Let's see. But now, here we are. We only just met. He's a mere human. Leaving the fate of the one most precious to me in his hands is unthinkable. But I think, in a way... But it's funny, though, because they had very limited interactions, but I think seeing how Ichi cared for Minerva, and very specifically seeing how Ichi was so willing to fight against Kizashi and risk it all for Krono and his people and his friends. I think that is probably what inspired Krono to be like, yeah, I'm willing to take this gamble on him. What's it? Precious to me in his hands is unthinkable. Especially when he holds the ticking time bomb of a magic within him. And you know what? That is a thing I like. As with these epic class tier magics, these beings of great power, I do like that they all have specific relationships and opinions on each other. Notably, it's weird when you think about it, but especially for like 4 versus like ichithewitch that do have like powerful creatures that are like either non-humanoid or even realistically other powerful humans or other powerful beings in the universe, and they all do know of each other. It's rare for them to actually have like real opinions on each other. One of my favorite things about Naruto is that the whole world knew about Madara and Hashirama. They had that much of an impact that like, they were known worldwide. Same thing with Minato Namikaze, same thing with Kakashi. Like, the interconnected nature of the world and everyone having opinions on certain people is really, really cool in Naruto. And that's the same thing here. I like that all the epic tier magics have relations, beliefs, and ideas to each other. And like, they have perspectives in line with each other, and they have opinions. We know that Uro respects Krono enough that he didn't immediately run the Fade. Obviously, he wasn't really allowed to run the Fade just by the nature of his manifestation, but also specifically how he addressed Krono Weaver. He gave him his full name, he didn't give him a short name, he didn't insult him, he did that. And at the same time, Krono responded to him as Uro. He didn't call him King Uro, he didn't give him any honorifics. Those two are epic class tier magic, they're on the same level as each other. They are like, it's like two superpowers not necessarily wanting to intervene with each other, even if one believes they could take the other. Then, for the World Hater, we see Uro's dynamic with World Hater and his knowledge of World Hater being like, kid, we gotta leave. Like in spite of Uro's pride and like his belief in himself, he's like, no. Not today, Chief. Not today. We will be fine. We need to go. And I love that. I love seeing how interconnected the world is. Especially considering we still know so little. What's it? Do you truly think that a human is capable of changing fate? He already has. I mean, technically, he's not supposed to exist. So he already has. What's it? Yes. Oh, well, there we go. Yeah. Yes, he's already done it once. Twice, technically. Well, to be fair, I guess I would probably give more. It really depends. Because I don't think Deskros would have noticed. No. The second she saw the barrier, she'd probably dive in anyway, if Ichi was there or not. But still, without Ichi being put there to take care of the Hindake Monster. Yeah, so technically, Ichi has changed fate twice. Obviously, this initial fate that Ichi only mentions, or Semi mentions. Yes, he's already done it once. Fate decreed that men can be witches, yet here he is. There's that, and also, once again, the original major fate deviance, the town being supposed to disappear. If Ichi wasn't there because of the whole Hindake Monster situation, that town would have just disappeared. Deskros and Ichi and them wouldn't have been there in time to stall long enough, and then Deskros wouldn't have beat the taste of the world here enough that he was like, and just leave. Essentially, when you think about it, as much as they do now have respect for the World Hater, now we see his staff, now we see his subordinates, and we see how relative they are to other monsters in the verse, I do still find it hilarious that essentially the whole reason fate was defied and that town did not disappear that day is because the World Hater rage quit. Like, all right, the one here, right? He's like, I'm not fighting you anymore. He literally was just in a stalemate with Des. He obviously had the upper hand in the sense that he wasn't going to die, and Des was taking damage. But then Togai showed up. Togai is at least implied to be somewhat relative to Des, and like that, he just knew it wasn't a fight worth fighting in that moment anymore, and he left. So he just rage quit. Let's see. English. Fate decreed that men can't be witches, yet here he is. Krono's looking like, anything else? Let's see. So, he'd better change. I do like that. So he's like, okay, so I think it must be the case where I just never noticed. Her eyes only have the plus in the teardrop when she's using her powers. He'd better change fate, or else. I've chosen Ichi's side, because he's worth entrusting my fate and my greatest wish to. It's like wandering in the darkness, only to stumble upon a guiding light. You can't help but want to reach out and grasp it. It seems like he's the kind of star. It seems he's the kind of star. It seems like that's the kind of star he was born under. A star of light. Oh, okay, that's a boy. I mean, to be fair, all stars produce light. But, that's a boy. That's it. Roll credits. I see you. That's a boy. But also, I like their dynamic, right? I do like these two beings with direct relations to time checking in with each other. And, like, just, like, having a dynamic at all. Because, honestly, when you think about it, like, time in a narrative is kind of rare in terms of like characters who have direct control over it. There are characters who may have things adjacent to time, like Bleach is coming to mind in particular. There's one character who has like specific direct manipulations on almost all levels of time. But technically, now I think about it, no, Bleach does have Tsukishima, it does have Yohaba, and it does have technically even Aizen messes with time thanks to his whole perception thing. So there are a couple cases there, and to be fair, Yohaba and Aizen and even Tsukishima do all have interactions that intertwine and connect with each other. We have Tsukishima fixing Ichigo's Bankai after Yuha broke it in the future. So like there are definitely different interactions like that in Bleach. But I don't know. I feel like time generally is like a power that is so powerful. Wow, what a way with words, pencil man. But so powerful and so unique that you don't really see characters with various controls and directions and connections in time interact like this and specifically give their opinions on things that are unknown in time. So seeing Krono Weaver question another person who specifically peers into the future, such as Sammy, and get their opinion on something in order to clarify something, that's nice. I do like that. Let's see. A star of light. Okay. Alright, that's sweet. That's beautiful. A sudden, singular ray of hope shining through the despair. I know that light. I found it too. Uh-oh. I will entrust it to you. Quiver. Oh, wow. Okay, maybe all right. Maybe, yeah. It may be a narrative balance. He may actually boom himself. Let's see. This 1 second for the future. Kizashi. You did this, Kizashi. You got rid of your homie. Let's see. Skip. All right. So rewind plus a skip. Let's see. I do love that. Like I wonder if like how high he thrusts his hand up indicates how much time passes. Let's see. Boom. All right. Quick. Okay, so he didn't rewind them with their memories. He split it evenly. He rewound the event itself, did not maintain their memories. And he didn't even rewind Pooh back to his ministry state, so he couldn't rewind that far, but presumably because a good chunk of his power was put into awakening Ichi. So let's see. Pooh's still crying whenever he's on all fours, trying to not get unfortunately pierced. Oh, Ichi is bolted down though. I hope he's able to slip out of that. Jishirone screaming, Gokuraku holding Komugi. Oh, poor Komugi. You mean she's gonna have to organically heal from that? No! Let's see. Okay. Minura. Wham! That don't sound like a Pierce. Is that my goat? Is that my baby boy? Is that my baby boy? That's my baby boy! That's my baby! That's my son! That's my son. Me and Descross adopted him. Me and Descross. If you actually look real closely, I'm in the manga too, bro. Yo, he loves Inazuri, gang. To be fair, it's a very useful and very different. And yeah, he cut. That's amazing. He literally cut through his body. He's like, why am I held down with that? It just cut right out of it. But man, my glorious, legendary, electric Inazuri merchant himself is back. Go save your adopted. Oh no, I've read too much Togai's fanfic. I've read too much of Desai's fanfic. Those are his mothers. I'm sorry. Ichi's got 2 moms. I'm sorry. So in that case, go get your mama, dog. Go get your mama. Go get your adopted mother, gang. She's currently fried. We're getting fried. I mean, like, I'm glad you saved a literal mama, but go get your adopted mama, gang, because she needs help. But look at my goat. Look, I was honestly, like, to be fair, if think about, okay, this was one of the questions I brought up in previous reviews, but it is actually the first time a narrative I really, really love takes the main character out for, like, an entire arc or more. I don't, once again, because of how, like, big of a thing that is, I'm not going to spoil it, but one of my favorite pieces of fiction ever, I've mentioned it a bunch of times, even literally in this video, so you can probably take a guess what it was, but one of my favorite pieces of fiction ever does that. The main titular character disappears for, like, 200 chapters. The narrative's only, like, 600 chapters long. I say only. You may be like, that's a lot of chapters, Pencil. I did a third of the narrative. You're taking away your main character for a third of the narrative. They're still doing things, but taking them away for a third of the narrative. That's a lot. That's a lot to do. That's very much a lot to do. So I actually wasn't really shocked that this could happen. And notably, even in Osamu Nishisense's other work, we have had long stretches of the manga without Ichi, or without, in the case of the other manga, Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun, we had long stretches of arc without Iruma. So like I would have been shocked if Ichi really did just stay knocked out. But in this instance, I mean, nothing but glaze, bro. Nothing but glaze is gonna ooze out of me. Look at him. Oh, Minerva. Oh, and it was, if anything, it was the bloodlust of it all that woke him up and clarified him immediately. Poor Minerva, though. That's still got to be traumatizing. And you know the crazy thing is, she's still giving birth. Like it just hit me. She's not just like thought she was about to just lose everything, her life and everything on the fly in that instant, but also she's giving birth, or at least her water's broken, her contractions are probably starting. If she's not gonna immediately pop the baby out, we don't know how human monster kyber pregnancies go, but if she's not gonna immediately pop the baby out, it's on its way. So Minerva going through it to the ultimate extremes. Let's see. That was clearly an attack. Look at Michael. And looks like, so yeah, in the time he was allowed to rest, any hypotheticals of Uro like amping the other Magics to the point where they wouldn't listen to Ichi, at least for this instant, not a thing. Inazuri, at least of the Magics we know he has, is like, no, go ahead, boss, use me however you please. Let's see. That was clearly I haven't voiced Ichi in so long, bro. That was clearly an attack. Wait. No, I think he's playing. Because unironically, I don't think you know what? Two things. One, I don't think Uro's sword would be that small. Oh, like because of Uro's like levels of magic control, I don't think he'd be that small. Two, he doesn't have all sharp teeth. Though admittedly, you wanna talk. My heart went straight down through that. But yo, this is a crazy panel. I love this panel though. But my heart went from right here in the middle of my testicles. It went straight down. Almost leaped out my cheeks, bro. Golly. Let's see. You'll pay for assaulting the king. Okay, let's see though. Oh, okay. So wait, no, that actually was Uro, but it was only a temporary control. All right. So wow. So they were, but that, you know what? I like that because now you may be like, Pencil, you're reading too deep into this. Welcome to That Guy with the Pencil's Ichi the Witch reviews. Welcome to That Guy with the Pencil in general. If I don't look too deep into something, it's not me. But with it being the case, I'm going to assume the reason Uro responded here in this instant, especially considering, where the attack was being placed, all that, I think it was legit Ichi's body again. We've already seen Uro note like the whole idea that bloodlust thing that Ichi has, it is so base and instinctual to him that even when Uro was in control, like he even told Deskara, stop looking at me like that. This kid's body is gonna make me fry you. So Uro did wake up in control, but he immediately went on the defensive because it was an attack. Because he was controlling Ichi's body. So Ichi's body does have that limit. And then immediately Ichi's like, whoa! So he grabs. Interesting. Alright, I'm not even sure if he hurled it up or if he just grabbed it. He like rips it off his face. But grabs. Alright, interesting. So it's almost like Uro had overlaid himself as a mask onto Ichi. Begins laughing, begins squeaking, was clearly about to transform. And so he was strong enough to knock off Pooh. Now, I wonder if that's, because Uro's controlling the body, or if Ichi's just physically strong enough to contend with Pooh. I mean, maybe Gokuraku could if he wasn't defending Komugi. He did eat the back shot, so, maybe he did. Let's see, he grabs it, rips it off. Oh, interesting. Flips the blade into a backhanded grip. And there's my baby boy. All right. Woo! Yeah, you got me. You got me. Sensei, you got me. Osamu Sensei. Death for death. Inazuri straight to this. Oh, but will this do enough damage? Will this do enough damage? But that's the end of the chapter. Watch us cut back to Deskara. I mean, I want to. I'm scared for my wife. But if you couldn't tell by how freaked I was with this chapter. Yeah, absolutely a W chapter. There are definitely some questions raised By the end of this chapter, though, there are definitely some questions raised. The immediate question, number one, is Krono's fate, right? Ultimately, while it is cool to see Krono gamble and Ichi, it is cool to see Ichi come back. It is cool to see that Uro was in control, and only for Ichi to be like, yeah, gang. Not around here, partner, not around here. And immediately take his body back and then defend against Giga Poo. We don't know Krono's fate. This is the last we see of him in the chapter. The time bubble pops, everything goes back, and then the chapter ends in the back half with Ichi. But we don't know Krono's fate. Obviously, he said, I don't care if I have to destroy myself. But we don't actually know if that means destroying himself. We know that currently, well, it's not drawn this chapter, we know that currently Kizashi is trapped in a time bubble. Maybe that was no longer the case. Maybe he popped out. Because no, we only see Kizashi with white backgrounds. So we don't actually know. Well, like, maybe he's out here. So maybe he attacked Krono while his guard is down or he's heavily expended. I don't know. But regardless, Krono's fate, unknown. That's one thing that I'm interested to see. Number two, obviously the next major thing, what did happen in Ichi's magic circle? Will we actually get a flashback to that? I'm 50-50 on that. Maybe not. We may just have to see the results of that in the future. But it is interesting to see, as a byproduct, once Uro has at least some sort of control of the body, even though his time was up and Ichi had spat him out prior, their deal was over. He was able to maintain control of the body to some degree. That's interesting. Number two, I already mentioned the whole idea that, or number three, the idea of Ichi's instincts. That's very cool. I'm glad to see that that's a thing. Number four, will this actually execute Pooh? Remember, he's the power of all 10 of the brothers, or like 10 Kizashi brothers. And we know that Gokuraku needed a Giga, Omega, crazy, next level super attack to defeat 2 of them. Admittedly, he annihilated 10 of their lives, or like 20 lives in one combo rush, but still, that required a lot. And while Ichi definitely does seem to be comparable, if not above Gokuraku, I'm not sure if one Inazuri is going to be enough to take out Pooh. He is dumb, stupid, strong. That life is probably going to take a whole lot more effort. I already mentioned how, ultimately, if Kizashi were here, he'd probably fry everybody. And that's the same case here with Pooh. Pooh was blocked and was able to be held back, but I do wonder if Ichi's going to be enough on his own. And actually, number 5, I'm worried for my wife. Where's Deskroth? But all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the live reaction. If you always get to the end of this video, please do me a favor and leave "The Star is Reborn." The Star is Reborn in the comment section down below. I want to thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that link to notifications so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also even have a Patreon below. You support me for as low as one, kind of one. Exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So let's include the live reactions for the series I have to review, ad-free variations of all my videos, early ad-free variations of all my videos, and by early I mean like multiple days early. I finally back to like a regular schedule, so ultimately I will be able to get these videos well recorded in time in advance, and then I'll finally be able to get actual like backlog up, so patrons and members will get a whole bunch of early content. And on top of the early content, it's all ad-free, and on top of the early content that's all ad-free, you get your name listed at the end of literally every single video I produce. And if you are a $3 member or a $3 patron or higher, you get your name listed and read aloud at the end of every single video I produce. That's not just for videos over here on the main channel, it's also videos for the second channel, that guy's reaction, linked in the description down below. I drop 45 minutes to 2 hour long reaction videos every Saturday over there at 1 p.m. EST. But of course, if you're a patron member, you get early access to all those as well, ad free. And on top of that, I do have a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below, where you can drop 5 beats for a short video, 20 beats for a long video, or any support at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. And on top of that, I do have my Twitch down below. I stream every Friday at 8 p.m. EST, and ultimately, whenever you roll through, we talk about literally everything. I currently am soaking it, and probably going to stay soaking it until I'm done soaking it, but while I'm soaking it, I do literally talk about anything and everything. We talk about Ichi all the time. All the time. We talk about literally all the series I cover and more, so feel free to roll through there, live chat, direct interaction with me. We can have a great time. But now that I made it all the way to the end, I want to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off. I'd like to thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Redwolf 4765, Astro, Glacier XZ, Zera, J2MA, Gyomi, Buddha Ura, Yuki Ally, Grim, Ollie, The Boy, Corey Watson, Damon Brown, Magic, Dino, Hector Gonzalez, Tim Thomas, Kilving, Julian Perez, RXN, Nevis97, Logan Guzman, Dead Meme, Keon Stewart, Donovan McIntosh, Hamza Idrisi, BNA DNA, Edwin Idbignoba, Straw, Athenzi Shear, Antavius Mitchell, Superflame Zero, Weary Exile, Window Life, Alex Kenny, Victor Jacobs, Todd, The Practical One, Landon Clapwick, Heath Nelson, CAET, Funny Dude, Jagoda, Plant Crone, Striker Man, Brandon Payne, Black Sage, Multi-Batman Superman, Ramondo Furen, Zalims, Enzo, Union Eye, Metatron, Sheesh King, Joe Bean, Aswin Hedi Prasetya, Sleepin' John, JMB, Katie, The Young Family, Pastel Pandora, Sino King, NMA, and Karina Hernandez. Then, let even thank you to Artline Art Tier patrons, A+A, Sean, Midnight Lord 21, Karina Hernandez, Lil Koto, and Kevin Encarnacion. Then, let even thank you to our Inc. tier members, King RTX and Shrimpo the 4th Shrimp 06, along with Zom. And then, let even thank you to our digital art tier members, J Warrior, AZ Void, and Valden Nissan. And I'd like to give a final thank you to our colored art tip patrons, Walkie Munoz, and Aonesto902 at gmail.com.